Hello my beautiful little muglets. So today we are playing some Hero Cantare. I've actually been playing quite a lot over the last couple of days when it, first released. This is probably the most I've played a game before giving my first impressions on it, but here we go. Before we get started, I do want to thank the developers of Hero Cantare for sponsoring this video. As always, I'll have some links to download Hero Cantare in the description below, so make sure to check it out. One more thing, if you do install the game, there are some nice rewards if you enter the code WELCOMEHERO into the redemption code section of settings. A very, very nice chunk of gold and gems. And with that said, I want to talk about a few of the key features before we hop into some gameplay. I usually like to start with some gameplay, with first impressions. But first of all, the way they present the story, it's like sort of a comic book. I mean, that's like a big part of the game, obviously, but they of course have the more normal way of telling story as well. Just, with the characters there and speaking to you. But I found this sort of comic book delivery of story really interesting as well. I've also really been enjoying the soundtrack of the game and obviously the gameplay as well. The mechanics, the art style, just there's a lot of things to like about it. And also heroes have like a special ultimate skill. I'll be totally honest, I haven't figured out how to make this work with my own characters yet. Maybe I'm just not strong enough, but they look super cool. They're like fully animated as well. The special skills you're seeing now are actually just from the tutorial characters. So I hope I'll figure out how to unlock those at one point, but for now I basically just want to play with you a bit, show you around the game, the different contents. Again, I was playing a while, so we have pretty much everything unlocked. But yeah, we're just going to start with typical story mode. We do have normal and hard difficulty. Normal has actually gotten very hard, and I don't know why it keeps bringing us to 7-12. Might be because I was playing on phone for the most part, but we're on emulator now to record. In hard, you can actually have 5 characters. In normal, it's only 4. And in some other content, it's like 6. It just depends. So it's actually rather simple once you get the hang of it. You have to pay attention to your mana down here. We currently have 8 out of 10. And, when you're going to be fusing cards together like this to make a 2-chain, that takes up a mana. Just realized my face was in the way of the mana thing down there while I was explaining it. So you can see it here. We currently have 2 out of 10 mana since we have already done some skills. And again, we get some back per turn. If we had a third no-name card, then, we could make a 3-chain, but that would take up more mana. And basically, depending on the chain, it'll do completely different things. So for example, her 2-chain attacks all enemies with 80% attack and boosts all allies crit damage by 20%. Let's take a look at someone we actually can do a 3-chain with. So the card by itself is an AoE with 50% attack and 30% attack boost to the ally with the highest attack. Combine that into a 2-chain, and now you're boosting all allies' attack by 5%, stacking up to 20%, and is a 100% attack AoE. And if you were to make a 3-chain, it's just totally different. So the effects don't necessarily just get stronger, they also completely change. And of course, the order at which you play the cards also matters because, there's going to be a lot of like buffs and debuffs going off as well. So you want to make sure, it's very strategic as well. And I think the animations here are really nice as well. So you do get some mana back at the end of the turn, but now, for example, we can't do as many 3 and 2 chains as we could do with our first turn, so you gotta be pretty careful with how you're using your mana too, obviously. Actually, using the cards doesn't use mana, but, combining them does. We also have a couple of very nice options up in the top right. X2 speed if you want to have it go faster. Here's where you can tell your units not to use 1, 2, or 3 chain skills. So, if we really didn't want her to ever use, her 2-chain skill, we can turn that off. Turn his 3-chain off, for example. I haven't messed with this too much right now, but, if you're in a certain scenario where that one of their chain skills isn't going to really help you, then yeah, you can turn that off, and I think that's really nice. And then of course we have auto as well, so very, very quick choosing of skills there. So if you have a very strong party and you want to get through a stage quickly, then that's a good option as well. So that's pretty much the basics of gameplay. I think it's a really nice mechanic. It's simple, but you do have to think definitely when you're up against hard stuff. And then we have this world tab here where there's a lot of extra content. So advent boss here, we have 3 different elements of just super strong bosses. And here's the main place you're going to be farming gear. Then you have the collection where you can check out the heroes you currently own, view them in all their glory, their sort of max stats here at level 90. Oh yeah, here we can see the special skill, Pandora's Secret Arts in her case. I still don't know how to actually unlock it, but yeah, apparently my dudes are all just too weak right now. We'll get there one day. We also got Trial Tower, some very nice rewards for climbing up this tower. We are pretty low still, only on floor 5 because you only get a few of these tickets. I think you get 3 per day or something, and there might be some other places like in shops or whatever to get them, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna take our time with it, why not? It's obviously still very easy right now, but we'll get there. And then we have Dimension Gap. I find this content really fun too because so each of the battles have a special mission to do. For example, here it's clear by using 2 chain skills 4 or more times, which, considering these are level 12 guys, any 2 chain we do really is probably going to kill them. So I don't know if that's actually going to work without weakening our party significantly, which I mean we could do, but then we have to spend 50 of those 200 points to, you know, get our strong guys back pretty much. But if you wanted to do that, you can always reset. Everything resets, except, you know, you can't reclaim the rewards again. But for these rewards over here, the memory stones, you want to try and get, you know, those 10,000 points. It'll definitely require a bit of strategy. Then we have Dimension Crack, which unfortunately we can't really check out because I've used all my tickets here. I think it's pretty interesting as well. So we have like these checkpoints. We're currently at checkpoint 20 at, I believe, all of them. So with each entry, you can go up to 3 floors. And then if you can pass all those 3 floors, you get the next checkpoint. 20 is already pretty hard for me. So in my case, I could just, you know, skip it and get the rewards for floor 20 without having any progress, but you know, the rewards, I'll consider doing that tomorrow when we have the tickets back. But my favorite out of all these is Hero Dungeon. So we have all the different web comics, you know, Tower of God, the God of High School, Hardcore Leveling Warrior. So they're kind of like collabing within this game, you know. Within these different sections, you have the accompanying characters, along with stages you can do for other various rewards, and also an accompanying story too. So the actual hero needs to be along with you, so if yours is weak like mine, then you should probably have some strong guys to back him up. And yeah, you can see there's like a specialized story for Bam. And yeah, the city search, you know, claim that every now and then. Well, I mean, this is where you get like most of your experience, but also you can leave it for up to 24 hours, so no pressure there. And finally, of course, we have Arena, but we don't only just have the typical 1 versus 1 arena, which you might be familiar with. You know, it's just your 4 team members versus an opponent's 4 team members. You duke it out. What's more interesting for me is the team arena. Here, you use 12 heroes. My initial thought for this was just to put like my strongest 4 in the first team so that, you know, they can just bulldoze through all 4 of their like more balanced teams. But that's not really how it works, because once you're done with one fight, you move on to the second fight. And the second fight includes Team 2 versus their Team 2. Even if Team 1 is still completely healthy, they are done. So yeah, there are like 2 strategies for this. Either make all 3 teams somewhat balanced, or make just Team 1 and 2 very strong and Team 3 weak. Because it's a 3-part battle system. If you win the first 2, then you win and don't even have to try the third one because it's 2 out of 3. So I think that's what I'm actually gonna try now, is have like a decent, you know, let's get this dude in there, and 1 weak one, since we only have like 4 really strong heroes, and then Team 3 is going to be totally useless. But yeah, we're just going to try this bot just to kind of see how Team Arena works. This is actually forced auto, so you actually don't have any control over your characters, but well, I don't think we'll really need control anyway. So we won the first one pretty easily. Moving on to the second one now. I'm not sure what kind of commentary I can really have here, honestly. Oh, my bad. I was actually setting my defense team. It doesn't really matter. We still won here, but yeah, you have to set your defense and attack team separately. So you can still see I had a level 60 down there in Team 3, where my plan was to just have Team 3 be as weak as possible. It doesn't really matter though. Can also get some rewards here. Like this, it's kind of random, you know, you get one of those rewards out of there. Nice little bonus regardless though. So a couple other things I really like. We have Hero Road here. It's so damn long. Like, there's so many different rewards to get. I think this goes up to like 60,000 points. And I just really like stuff like this because it always gives you something to like strive for. I'm getting close to those 150 gems, you know, and pretty soon I can try my luck at a random A to SS hero. We also have this for normal story mode, something similar, little checkpoints with rewards, some very good rewards as well. Some summons, level up materials, gold, and quite a few of these random SS hero tickets as well, which is like super exciting. But yeah, we can also talk about hero mechanics a little bit. This is always something I like to go over. Let's start with their skills. We're just using No Name here as an example. So yeah, all characters have 3 main skills, and again, depending on how you stack them, they will activate one of these 3. In her case, a single card will be San Salvador Slash. Stack that with another card, it'll be Captain's Flag. Stack those 2 on a single, and it'll become Victorious Voyage. All 3 of these can also be leveled up, but you need some special materials, which we don't really have many of. But yeah, that's just a matter of time. All characters also have 2 passives. The first one is always a stat boost, depending on like the type of character. In her case, you know, it's crit hit rate, attack, crit hit damage, and a little bit of HP, so it tells you she's mostly like a damage dealer. And then a second, more specialized passive, in her case, recovers a mana with 100% chance when attacking with a 3-chain skill. And if she can kill someone, you recover 2 more mana, so pretty nice in my opinion. You actually don't level up your characters in the usual way, just by like taking them on adventures and stuff. You have to do it manually with gold and level up materials, as you can see here. It gets pretty pricey, you know, as you get to a higher level, Gonna try and get her to 70 there, and then once you get to certain milestones, right now it's 70 out of 70. You're gonna need some different mats, some shards of their specific type. She's dark, so she needs some of those special stones, more gold, and special advancement materials. The stat boosts are absolutely worth it though. You can get more stars by using their memories. These are basically shards of the character. Like if I were to summon a duplicate no name, then I would get, I believe it's 80 shards. So enough to get her from 3 to 4 star. And then of course on the bottom left we also have gear. I currently have most of my dudes just in the damage set because that's what I've been getting the most of, I guess, from story mode, and it suits them just fine. You can upgrade your gear as well using the same stuff, but since mine is at A2 now, I would need 3 A+2s to get it up to A+3. So definitely a little tougher to raise gear, but it probably doesn't go as high, I can imagine. And then we have the skill tree. I'm quite the sucker for skill trees, honestly. I just really love the control you can have. You can go unlock their relic spot first, or you can go get their passives first, depending on what you think is more important. You can just go off and get some stat buffs over there or whatever. In her case, she also has a special exclusive relic, double S exclusive relic that's kind of like made for her in here as well. If you already have the materials, you can just straight up get it and you don't need to like go over there or anything, but we probably won't for a bit. But yeah, I just like skill trees. And then of course the relic section where you can equip them with various extra effects. In her case, I have her with this Dragon's Carrying 6% damage boost when debuffed. It's basically just like a little add-on effect. As far as Gacha is concerned, there is something very, very special about it, and that is their selective cube. So basically what this means is you can do as many 10 pulls as you want and only keep the 10 pull you want. So if you're looking for a specific hero, you can just continuously do 10 pulls and stop on the heroes you actually want. And systems like this are just really, really awesome because there's always those like 1 or 2 heroes that are like really, really good and like, you know, you should really, really try and get them, and this makes that a lot easier. But yeah, I think to wrap this up, we are going to do some summons. You can do 3 free pulls per day with 1 hour in between. We are currently 70 out of 100 for a guaranteed pickup, which I guess is like a pity. We've actually already gotten this dude here, the fire guy, Yeon's Flame Kun. I'm probably butchering that like crazy, but you know who I'm talking about. But that didn't reset the counter, so I was really surprised at that. So I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe we can get either like some more shards of him so we can raise his star rating, or maybe even the other one, Black March Bam. He looks cool too. So when you touch it, you can actually see your previous 10 rolls. There was nothing super interesting there, but here we go. And I don't think anything interesting key. Oh, is that a double S relic? That's my first, wow. If that really is, I mean, it says key, but maybe that's just the name of the relic. I obviously don't know everything about the game yet, but like, I think that is a double S relic. But anyway, let's continue on. I'm mainly interested in the pity system, seeing kind of what that is like. Looks like we might be getting anything here though. That was pretty shiny. Ooh, okay, more of his souls. I'll take them. I mean, you know, new characters are always more exciting, but I don't believe that was even the pity, so nice. Well, we gotta do 10 more summons for the pity, so we're checking that out now. Nothing super interesting there, I think, but you can see that flashing up there, so we might have to do 1 more for it. That's what it looks like. All right, we're just going to spin those 100 gems. I don't care. Gimme. What is it? Gimme the bam. Okay. It's more of his souls. Well, I think you need a ton of his souls, honestly, so it's cool, I guess. Yeah, we need them to get his star rating up. We need 80 of them for 3 to 4 stars, so yeah, I mean, I think it's worth doing that. Does he also have a special relic though? Because I think, no, he doesn't have a special relic. Or maybe it's just not in the same place? No, I'm pretty sure he just doesn't have one. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get his stars up, I guess, since it doesn't look like there's too much else to spin that stuff on. And for 5 star, woo, okay, we need 160. So yeah, it wasn't too bad that we got a bunch of his souls, you know? Next time we get a duplicate of him, 5 star, not bad. Guess we're gonna go ahead and break him past 60 as well. And oh my god, that was a stat bump. Jesus Christ. Let's check out our Sujin Lee, see her stat bump from 5k there to 6,200. But yeah, I suppose I'll pretty much do it first impressions wise. I'm not too sure what else there is to say besides what I've already said. I really like how they deliver the story. I really like the soundtrack, the gameplay, the visuals, the mechanics, both like hero mechanics and gameplay mechanics I think are probably my favorite thing. Gameplay wise, it's simple, yet you definitely do have to think about what you're doing. And yeah, just the general feeling of progression I get from it is nice and satisfying. So yeah, there's really not much else to say. Again, if you want to check it out, links will be in the description down below. Dropping a like on this video if you did happen to enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.